academics will go to UP. Second, kailangan transparent and accountable according to the UP Charter. Kaya third, hindi lang pag-earn siya ng academic character, hindi lang yung magsasabi tayo, may national bookstore sa ipapatay yung Techno-Hub 2. Sabihin na ba natin na ito ay academic in nature? At pang-apat, kailangan din natin ensure na tayo mga estudyante bilang biggest stakeholders sa university natin ay nakonsulta dito. Alam naman natin ang nangyari sa Techno-Hub sa Ayala, just may Common Avenue. Yan isang bagay na hindi natin dapat ulitin dyan sa site ng UTIS ngayon. And we have to ensure these 4 safeguards para man talagang makuha talaga natin yung benefits of improving the facilities for the whole master. Diba? Yung pagkakaroon ng mga tambayan, pagpapatay ng mga bagong door at pag-improve ng facilities ito, importante ito para naman ma-maximize natin yung potential ng ating mga idle assets. Maraming salamat.
Next question. To the chairperson candidates, how important is academic excellence to be student leaders?
Okay, so one of the principles of UP Alianza is academic excellence. So siguro doon pala, alam na natin na for UP Alianza is important. Ano ba yung academic excellence? Sinasabi ba namin na lahat kami mag-graduate o summa cum laude? Hindi yun. Every UP student strives to reach this level of excellence because that's what we want to be when we graduate. That's what we want to be after we go out of the University of the Philippines and even while we're in UP. Ngayon, as a student leader, ano ba? Yes, it's important because you're not only a leader, you're also a student. This is not to say na may prioritization na hindi, dapat student ka muna bago ka leader, kaya nga student leader eh. No, because pag tinagalog mo yun, as I always say, anong Tagalog yan? Leader, estudyante. As ibig sabihin ba, dapat leader ka muna bago ka estudyante. Hindi, no. What we're trying to say is that as a student leader, you should be able to excel in both your academics and in your leadership positions. Because you took on your responsibilities. If you took on your responsibilities, gawin mo siya pareho na maayos at may kalidad.
Well, we in Kaysa believe in academic excellence with social relevance. We must not box ourselves whatever we have learned here in UP and whatever the experiences and challenges that we learned here in UP. And we must relate it to a social and higher purpose. Why is it? Because we are scholars ng bayan. Enrolling into UP is a statement in itself that you have the primary responsibility of giving back to the Filipino people whatever you have learned here in university. In terms of the importance of academic excellence to a student leader, well, of course, we must lead by example. Not only lead by example by excelling in your leadership capabilities, but more importantly, doing or having a good academic standing. And this is because of the primacy of one of our basic principles, which is academic excellence with social relevance. Thank you.
Our stance on actually we do not only believe in academic excellence, more so we believe and embody honor and excellence. Naniniwala po ang stand UP na ang honor and excellence mo ay isang mahalagang attribute ng mga scholar ng bayan, but not in a selfish and a very confined sense ng honor and excellence. Honestly, my vice chairperson, gusto ko lang, hindi ko nabanggit sa kanyang credentials kanina, at ayaw niya pag pinagyayabang, siya po ay magna cum laude standing ng College of Engineering. I would like to define this by way of example. That is not what makes Dan Ramos honorable and excellent. What makes him honorable and excellent is the fact that at any time of the day, when he is pushed to the wall to choose between his standing as a magna and to serve the students, hindi ko sinasabing at all times antagonistic sila, no? As academically excellent persons, we know better than that. Sinasabi lang po natin, there would be a time, if there would be a time that you're pushed to the wall to choose, ang standing people, kaya kayong tingnan ng straight sa mata at sasabihin sa inyo, hindi namin uunahin yung pangsarili namin diploma. Ang sabihin po ng order of the open further is that kung you belong on your society, and I do not say this para po magyabang sa inyo, pero sinasabi ko po sa inyo, nung ako'y nakapasok sa law, hirap na hirap po kayo mag-adjust galing mass com, hindi naman po readings intensive. Pero you know, what makes you honorable and excellent every day to struggle and to study better is knowing kung ano ang makikinabang sa kagalingan mo pagka-graduate mo bilang abogado o bilang alagad ng media. And that in a very elite, in a very exclusive, in a very babang manner. So yun po, we embody honor and excellence for the students and for the people.
So, syempre, hindi ko tayo natatapos na lang tayo tanong na natin sa nila mga speakers.
So, meron tayong question dito for Alianza Councilor Mr. Pangalaman. Sir, what is your take on the alleged judo hazing case that you were supposed to be a part of?
First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to explain what indeed happened. No, I wasn't supposed to be a part of the alleged judo case, but who was a part of this judo hazing case was my younger brother. My younger brother is 16-year-old, together with his batchmates, all 16, all 17 minors, all taken advantage of by the judo coach, which is acknowledged by the CHK Varsity office. No, to clarify things, I wasn't there. I didn't even know this occurred, and we found out after that my younger brother was blindfolded together with his batchmates and hit and hazed as they pledged that they wouldn't join a fraternity, as they pledged that they wouldn't use judo against anybody innocent at least. Now the thing here that I put into question is, why is there no justice with what happened? There was an investigation that was held, and they found the judo coach guilty of hazing. Oh wait, correction, they didn't find him guilty of hazing, they found him guilty of performing a ritual where they were blindfolded and hit. But this is not hazing. So tell me, why is this not hazing? Where can we find justice? Should we rely on our administration? Should we rely on the UP system? Well, the fact of the matter is, my friends, for some reason there is none right now, and that's why this is echoing through the media. There's on TV, there's the newspaper articles. That's because when they found him guilty of this judo hazing case, they let him go. And this is something that neither I nor Alianza will stand for. We believe in social progress and social justice, and this is something we will never sacrifice. Right now, my athletic career is put on the line. They no longer let me train with the varsity judo team, which is no big deal. I'm able to train with the Philippine team right now. So, there is no justice, and right now I trust myself and I trust Alianza and I trust everyone to look forward to pursuing justice, for that is what is important, to pursue our principles as its scholars, non-violent as its scholars, para sa bayan. Thank you.
So, our last question for this round. Sandali lang po. Kasi na po, dahil eco-friendly kami, nag-alam po sila, anong balak niyong gawin sa mga campaign materials after elections?
Okay, so again, hello, good afternoon. Okay, so tayo sa kaisan, niliwala tayo na isa nga sa mga safeguards natin with regards to public, productive utilization of idle assets ay environmentally safe. So, maging sa ating mga publicity materials, kailangan environmentally friendly yan tayo. So, to begin with, our statements, our GPOA is printed on recycled paper. Now, with regards to our posters and our pins, ganyan, maaari naman natin itong i-recycle. Yung likod ng poster natin, mas slate poster natin, maaari natin sulatan. Like, with regards naman to Kaisa, when we have meetings, we post, we use the back of posters para din namin isusulat yung minutes ng meetings namin. So, I think, we always, even before the start of campaign, we have always